afternoon. Welcome to all the viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global TV. Live in the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Edikan Michael. President Bola Tinubu has appealed to 36 state governors of the Federation to begin paying the wage awards to workers pending the determination of the new minimum wage to reduce the hardship of the economy on the people. The president noted that if the state had implemented the wage awards, it would provide much needed relief without causing inflationary pressures. The president assured that the student loans and other economic measures will soon commence as steps were taken by the government to relieve the people of hunger. President Bola Tinubu has flagged off the food security and agricultural mechanization program in Niger State, emphasizing that his administration remains committed to ensuring food sufficiency and protecting local industries for sustainable economic growth. The project, an initiative of the Niger State government, is for deployment of cutting-edge agricultural machinery and technology for large-scale agro-value chain development in the state. Kikule Mokere has the details.
Speaking at the inauguration, President Tinubu says the event represents another step in the food security and agricultural mechanization agenda, declaring that Nigeria must enhance its capacity to feed its people and have enough food for export, while reiterating commitment in providing a comprehensive program that will solve the food security problem. President Tinubu urged subnational government as an immediate intervention measures to implement wage award in their state to complement the effort of the federal government in easing the burden of the citizen, pending when the minimum wage is increased.
And if all of you, I'm glad I'm facing Abdurrahman, have been paying the wages award, pending the determination of new salary wage. Let all the subnationals start paying that. Let them. The wage award, plus whatever they are taking now, and the wage award will relieve the public. Please.
Speaking on the student loan program, President Tinubu says there will be unemployment benefit for the graduates, adding that the social security benefit for the elderly and the vulnerable will commence.
The student loan program will commence. The social security program for the elderly and vulnerable will commence. We are fine-tuning all of that area. They're going to relieve people of hunger.
Appreciating the president for honoring his invitation and inaugurating the facility, Governor Mohammed Umar Bago says 4 states, Benue, Kogi, Kwara and Lagos State, had already signed a memorandum of understanding on building partnership for the development of agriculture, adding that agriculture is key to addressing the challenges in critical sector of the economy.
Our commitment to addressing the challenges in critical sectors of our economy, and we shall seize every opportunity for the attainment of the growth and engender prosperity for the people of our beloved state and by extension our dear country Nigeria. On road infrastructure, to address these challenges and establish efficient road infrastructure and cost-effective and secure movement of goods and services, the state government embarked on an ambitious initiative to rehabilitate and expand some federal roads that have implications for the evacuation of agricultural produce.
We are on a conversation and ensuring that your vision at producing the required food security for this country is on track. And for us is to continue to do a peer review to ensure that we can adequately feed our citizens, produce more than enough for them.
The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, disclosed that the federal government had signed an agreement with the Brazilian government and German Dutch Bank Group as financier of a facility of 995 million euros for the Green Imperative Program, which will provide mechanization hub across the 775 24 local government areas in Nigeria when implemented. He added that the Green Hope Initiative is another veritable platform the federal government is deploying to ultimately change the deficit narrative in the Nigerian agricultural mechanization space. While in Niger State, President Tinubu also visited former Nigerian head of state, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida and General Abdulsalami Abubakar, with whom he had fruitful discussion concerning the advancement of the nation. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Governor Abubakar Yusuf of Kano State has urged President Bola Tinubu to open land borders to enhance food security in the country. He said this during a courtesy visit by the Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeneye, in Kano. Kabi Yusuf, who lamented the harsh economic conditions being experienced by Nigerians, said that reopening the borders will check inflation and cut prices of food items. While stressing the need to reopen the borders, Kabi Yusuf lauded the customs food distribution scheme and called for proactive measures to guard against diversion of the commodities. The Nigerian Senate has inaugurated an ad hoc committee to probe the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari over the 30 trillion ways and means advances from the Central Bank of Nigeria, which was approved by the 9th National Assembly. National Assembly says the probing ways and means through which the current economic hardship came to be is imperative so as to ascertain why citizens have been plunged into crippling deprivation. Kiko Lemukera has the rest of the details.
Inaugurating the committee in Abuja, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, noted that unraveling the mystery behind the advances remain key in understanding the country's present predicament.
With the investigation of the ways and means of about 30 trillion, including the expenses or otherwise, utilization, success or failures of the Anchor Borrowers Program. To the members of this esteemed committee, I implore you to approach your responsibilities with the utmost sense of patriotism, professionalism, and integrity. Your scrutiny or investigation demands impartiality and fairness.
According to Akpabio, the successes of the investigative panel hinges on collaboration, cooperation, and steadfast commitment for the benefit of Nigerians. He charged the committee to leave no stone unturned in pursuit of truth about 30 trillion naira ways and means loan advances.
Aside personal and partisan interests, focusing solely on the task at hand, by working harmoniously with the executive and all interest groups, we can ensure that the ways and means, so-called, and utilized in the country, even the one in the past, and if it should ever occur again, are managed prudently, efficiently, and in accordance with the laws of the nation.
Responding, Chairman of the 17-member committee, Senator Issa Jibril, assured that the probe will be carried out with precision to a logical conclusion.
Your Excellency, the implication of this is that Nigerians are waiting for the result of this investigation. I want to assure you that we are going to carry out this assignment expeditiously, but without any form of compromise. We are going to carry out this assignment expeditiously without any form of compromise. That I am assuring you.
The ad hoc committee has 6 weeks to investigate 30 trillion naira ways and means advances and 10 trillion naira expended on the Anchor Borrowers Program among the intervention programs. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Commonwealths are nations with diverse culture, languages, and traditions that were once part of the British Empire, which have historically ties and political affiliations. And in line with this year's theme, one resilient common future, transforming a Commonwealth, the Commonwealth Society of Nigeria is calling for youth involvement and investment in accessible and equitable educational opportunities at the annual conference held in FCT. Our correspondent Fawzia Lukman has more details.
With the objectives of promoting the understanding of the nature and workings of the Commonwealth and of the factors which shape the lives of people and the policies of government in Nigeria, the Commonwealth Society of Nigeria holds an annual conference in commemorating the day with awards of service to humanity and ambassadors for the Renewed Hope administration in the northern part of the country. Musa A. Abubakar, the Secretary General of the Commonwealth Society of Nigeria, acknowledged the Northern Ambassador while calling on peace, unity, and togetherness.
Our topic of our lecture today talk about renewed hope, peace, unity, progress, and development. And we invite young people from northern parts of Nigeria because what we are talking about is mainly in the northern part of Nigeria. That's why we invite 10 youth from each state, and we commission them as Renew Hope ambassador.
Speaking to journalists on the presentation of awards to the Federal Road Safety Corps, Sabitu Abdu, the unit commander, praised the selfless act, while Madu Chimeze, one of the awardees, called on youth involvement.
Madu is a junior staff, but he has distinguished himself in providing selfless service to humanity.
I was not doing my work as well as supposed to do it. I want to tell every of the youth should work hard. Whatever thing that you are doing, just do it good.
Emphasizing on the betterment of lives for the future through business, meritorious awardee Honorable Andrew Adama says,
we are in a very critical situation of the country, and I want to tell them that business is the key. Let's see how we can work together to support the government of the day for a betterment of our own tomorrow.
Representing the governor of Gombe State, the Commissioner of Youth and Sport, Adamu Inuwa Ibrahim, appreciates the Northern Youth ambassadorial appointment.
When we go back now, as we see so many knowledge, we gathered so many knowledge. When we get back, we will encourage our youth to put more effort and participate in any applications, made it online or whatever, so that they will feel it and have the opportunity to participate in the Commonwealth ahead activities that will come.
Highlight of the day was the quiz session with the youth and the presentation of the awards. Fauziya Lukman, Global TV News.
The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union declared a 7-day warning strike to protest their withheld 4-month salary. The unions declared that the warning strike in Abuja following a meeting of the Joint Actions Committee in Akure, Ondo State last Thursday and Friday. The SANU National President Mohammed Ibrahim, who read the communique of the meeting to journalists, said the action became necessary as the federal government had refused to pay them the 4-month salary withheld as a result of their nationwide strike in 2022. The federal government recently released the withheld 4-month salaries to Academic Staff Union of Universities, which was also on strike in 2022, but ignored SANU and NASU. Man City trashed Man United in a crucial derby match as a state of March, as the Kaduna-based Muslim cleric Shikas Amar Gumi has revealed his intention to dialogue with bandits who abducted about 287 school children from Kuriga Government Secondary School and in primary schools in Chicken local government area of the state. Gumi said this in a bid to facilitate the release of the adopted school children should President Bola Tinubu give him the opportunity to negotiate. According to the prominent Islamic scholar, Tinubu must not repeat the mistake made by former President Muhammadu Buhari, who refused to dialogue with bandits. The bandits invaded the Kuriga area of the Chicken local government area of Kaduna State, shooting at the victims before taking away at least 280 of the pupils and teachers from both schools. Watching news cycle coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and all the handles now shown on your screen. When news cycle returns, disco workers strike causes blackout in 4 northern states. These and all the stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us. Global Television bring you live broadcasts of News Cycle. Many thanks for staying with us. On the foreign scene, a team of experts from the International Civil Aviation Organization, the United Nations agency that regulates the global aviation industry, has arrived in Nigeria to carry out security audit of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos and the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. The audit will cover critical aviation security areas such as in-flight security, passengers and baggage security, act of unlawful interference, facilitation, legislation, training, quality control function, operations, and cargo mail and catering. A Brooklyn preacher, Lamomila Whitehead, was found guilty in the federal court of wire fraud, attempted extortion, and lying to the FBI, according to the Associated Press, following a trial that commenced last month in federal court in Manhattan. The 40-year-old Mila Whitehead was found guilty on 5 counts. Prosecutors allege that Mila Whitehead deceived a parishioner into surrendering $90,000 from her retirement savings, falsely promising to secure housing for her and invest the remainder in his real estate ventures. Instead, the claim is squandered the funds on luxury goods and clothing. Prosecutors argued that he regretted his connections to Mayor Eric Adams and succumbed to letting greed overtake him as he looted the parishioner's retirement savings and tried to extort a businessman to fuel his lavish lifestyle. And in business, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio has charged the panel members investigating the 30 trillion naira ways and means loans secured from the Godwin Emefiele-led Central Bank of Nigeria by the federal government not to leave any stone unturned, saying that the panel must unravel everything about the facility. The panel was also charged to probe over 1 trillion anchor borrower program of the CBN under the immediate past administration, while inaugurating the 17-member ad hoc committee probing the 30 trillion naira loan obtained during the former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Akpabio charged the committee to spend 6 weeks in carrying out the exercise. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelowo, has recommended capital punishment for any offender arrested in connection with the practice. The minister expressed worry over the spate of vandalization of power equipment across the country, coupled with the practice of power theft. These, as the Transmission Company of Nigeria said, electricity has been restored to Kano 1 day after fire broke out at the Dan Agoni substation that disrupted power supply to some part of the city. Speaking in Abuja during a meeting with all the new heads of power agencies in Nigeria, the minister blamed the ugly trend coupled with low gas supply for the epileptic power supply in Nigeria. The power distributors that have rejected electricity allocated to them by the Transmission Company of Nigeria shall be dealt with severally going forward, as the federal government declared. It was also revealed that in the next 3 to 6 months, it will ramp up power generation to supply to about 6,000 and 6,000 megawatts. The Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelowo, will disclose this in Abuja before commencing a meeting with heads of agencies under his ministry. Also disclosed that the federal government was subsidizing the electricity bills of consumers nationwide by about 65%. According to him, what the country is witnessing currently with respect to power supply is unacceptable, adding that the situation is getting worse, and in the last 2 or 3 weeks, the level of power supply to Nigerians has not been good enough. Workers of Kaduna Electricity Distribution Company have embarked on an industrial action, leaving residents of Kaduna, Sokoto, Zamfara, and Kebbi State in darkness, as the workers under the aegis of the Nigerian Union of Electricity Employees commenced an indefinite strike after staging a protest over what they termed unjust treatment by the management of the company. The workers were aggrieved over 6 years unremitted pension, non-payment of the death benefit of deceased staff of the company, non-payment of exit package, the unjust sack of 7 staff of the firm in Zaria, and alleged plan to sack over 1,000 workers of the company, among others. Now, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has appealed to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to help tackle the menace of crude oil theft in the country, stating that no one is ready to invest in the oil sector due to the menace. The Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, Melia Kari, made the appeal at the interactive session with the Executive Chairman of the EFCC, Ola Oyokunde, at the NNPC Towers in Abuja, Monday. In a statement by the NNPCL spokesperson, Olufemi, the company's houseman, was said to have spoken about the effort by the company to eradicate corruption from the system to stem crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism. The federal government says it has rolled out the Presidential Conditional Grant Scheme to empower the businesses as part of the Presidential Palliative Program. According to a statement by the Bank of Industry, the scheme offers grants without repayment obligations to eligible small business owners operating in various sectors such as trading, food services, ICT, transportation, creative, and artisans. The PCGs target 70% women and youth, 10% people with disabilities, and 5% senior citizens, with the remaining 15% distributed to other demographics. By focusing on this often overlooked group of business owners, the program seeks to unlock the potential of Nigeria's burgeoning entrepreneurial ecosystem and drive sustainable economic development at the grassroots level. In the world of entertainment, controversial actor Yul Edochie stated that he is not married to his second wife, Judy Austin. He made the statement in response to a lawsuit filed against him by his ex-wife, May Edochie. May Edochie accused her husband of adultery and filed for divorce. He told the court that his connection with Judy Austin was all about skit making. He stated that there is no legal recognition union between them. May's legal team, led by a maker of dual process advocate, said in a statement that the ongoing case at the FCTI court in Abuja, scheduled for hearing on March 5th, suffered an unexpected setback when the court session did not proceed, which Yul and Judy claimed credit for. Afrobeat superstar Tems has announced as a winner of the Outstanding International Song for Me and You at the 2024 NASCP Image Awards, which held virtually. Davido and Lawyer got on the awardees list for being featured on Chris Brown's Sensational, which won the Outstanding Duo Group of Collaborations Award. Meanwhile, Chris Brown and Victoria Monet were the biggest winner at the 55th Image Awards with 2 awards each. Brown won Outstanding Duo Group of Collaborations for his hit Sensational, featuring Davido and Lawyer, and other standing duo group of collaborations to feature role on Scaria's How We Roll. And the sport leading the line for Chelsea is by no means easy. A nervous stride and felt from Romelu Lukaku and Fernando Torres to Pierre-Emerick and Alavero, all of whom won the number 9 shirt, which is considered cursed in the corridors of their Cowan training ground. Jackson had a chance to take the number when he arrived from the Villarreal, but declined, despite having spotted it for Senegal. He left Chelsea as one of the handful of Premier League clubs without the designated number 9, the others being Aston Villa, Tottenham, Newcastle, and Wolves. Jackson instead opted for the unorthodox number 15 instead of the same number worn by Didier Drogba when he first arrived at Chelsea. Boxing legend Let Muhammad Ali, famously known as the greatest, will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2024 ahead of this year's WrestleMania festivities in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on April 5th, according to foreign news outlet. Ali, a 3-time world heavyweight boxing champion and Olympic gold medalist, captivated audience worldwide. His influence transcended sport as his work as an activist, artist, and personality established him as a renowned figure. That's a package of news cycle. It came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on Star Times, Channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and all the handles national on the screen. I am Edikan Michael. Many thanks for watching. See you again.